My name is Mitchell Johnson. I've been at the Austin Stone and working here as the college director for a little over 2 years, which means that I've worked here more time during the pandemic than I have not in a pandemic. So I remember right when the NBA canceled all of their games.
This astounding and unprecedented story continues to evolve. The NBA is suspending the season. I say that.
So we were having one of the best years that I'd ever experienced in ministry. We had saw so many people come to know Jesus and so many people get involved and connected to our church. Then all of a sudden a pandemic came and changed everything. So we had to cancel mission trips, events, trainings. We had to cancel so much. So it kind of seemed like our ministry and mission were kind of put on pause because of this pandemic. Even though we had to change a lot of things, God really brought up a lot of new things in our ministry, like our summer discipleship program, but it would have to be all virtual. We threw the registration out and God ended up bringing 72 students to sign up for it. And in that 72 students, we had 2 students who were coming in to be incoming freshmen at the University of Texas. So 2 people who had never even stepped foot on our campus yet, they signed up to be discipled through our summer discipleship program. God just did so many amazing things through that. And even right now, we're just hearing the effects of so many students whose lives have been changed. So we're just praising God for all the things that He did. One opportunity that COVID actually presented to us during this time was to actually care for people who are marginalized in our city in Austin, Texas. I remember going to our very first venue after we had been virtual for such a long time. We went to the historic Stubbs barbecue venue in downtown Austin. It was an outdoor venue and it was just an amazing time. I remember doing baptisms there for a couple of weekends and God just did so much. But I think the most incredible thing God did there, in my opinion, was create opportunities for us and our college students and the leaders of our church to invite the homeless to our services. Because right down the street from Stubbs is I-35, and you just can't ignore the homeless population in Austin if you go down I-35 or if you're a student at the University of Texas at Austin. So God brought a ton of students and leaders in our ministry who that's what their heart beats for. They want to see God's glory demonstrated in how we serve the most vulnerable among us. But God also brought different staff members to our team, different residents, people like Jay Schmidt, to come and mobilize our students to demonstrate the gospel in this way to our homeless neighbors.
After interning at this incredible organization called Noble Lives and Fishes, where I was around many people who had experienced chronic homelessness and growing in my empathy for image bearers who had been marginalized in society. And spending that time there, upon coming to the Stone, I saw a really incredible opportunity for the church to be the church. And we see all throughout the scriptures that the church was consisting of people of every race and every ethnicity and every socioeconomic status. Regardless of anything, the gospel broke all those barriers. And so me and my roommate were like, man, what would it look like if we invited some of these people who are around this new location that we're at and just invited them to come in and enjoy service with us. And it was really incredible. We have so many college students who had been wanting to engage with those experiencing homelessness but didn't really know what the first step was. We kept going there to Stubbs week after week, and some really incredible relationships were formed between a few individuals and the people they met on the street. 2 in particular are Miss Rita Bolden and some of my roommates, and then also Mr. Rod Taylor, who my good friend Matthew has developed an incredible relationship with.
So I know that this year has been a super discouraging year for many of us in this room. We had all of these strategies and dreams that maybe we dreamed up 2 years ago at Roundup, and we weren't able to accomplish those things. So maybe we just think that this past year was a failure and that God is not doing anything through it. But I just want to encourage you to just continue to join God where He's moving in your context, what He's doing in the hearts of the members at your church or in your college ministry. Because even though it won't look the same, God's mission is still the same and His calling is still the same for you and your people.